Hey there, my sweet little one. What are you doing still awake? It's awfully late. Can you not sleep? Oh, it was one of those days. I understand. But it's okay, little one. Your mother's here. Mommy's got you. Yeah, I'll be up a while. Have you tried warm milk, listening to soft music, reading something that's not on your phone? Oh, my poor dear. Yeah, you have been having rough sleep lately, I've noticed. You've been really groggy in the mornings. I've been worried about you, sweetie. You know Mommy loves you, right? You can tell me anything, anything at all. I won't judge you. Oh. You don't have to worry about that. Not for a long time, sweet one. You still got many years left ahead of you. Did you at least enjoy dinner tonight? I tried a new recipe. Yeah? You liked it? I'm glad. Yeah. I was afraid no one was going to enjoy it because it was something too new, but it makes me happy that the family is broadening their horizons. Yeah. Tell you what, why don't I read you one or two bedtime stories? Just like when you were really little. How's that sound? You still have a whole bunch in your bookshelf that we haven't donated or boxed away yet. Why don't you go get a couple? Oh, The Adventures of Mickey the Narwhal and Brown Bear, Brown Bear. Well, I don't know if we'll get through both before either you fall asleep or I fall asleep, but we can definitely at least get through Mickey. That used to be one of your favorites when you were a tiny one. You used to really love the ocean and all the creatures in it, so we got you a lot of picture books about that sort of stuff. Here, why don't you snuggle up against me and I'll start reading, okay? Alright. Ready for me to get started? The Adventures of Mickey the Narwhal. Mickey's Long Journey by Joseph Pro. And the book is dedicated to his son Nicholas. Okay, so we have The Adventures of Mickey the Narwhal. As it happens, there is a little narwhal named Mickey who lives with his mother and father and his sister Nora and the rest of his family near the North Pole, in the Arctic Ocean, around the islands of Franz Josef Land. During the winter, the family swims offshore in the ocean, near the pack ice in very deep water. Here, there is plenty of food for everyone. The older narwhals are able to dive over half of a mile deep to find a meal, because they can hold their breath. Mickey and Nora are still too little to dive that deep, and have to find their food closer to the surface. See the picture? See all the narwhals swimming? Aren't they cute? One day, towards the end of the winter, the family was swimming closer to the islands. Mickey caught a glimpse of land out of the corner of his eye. "What's that?" he asked. "That is a place that you must never go until the spring comes," was the loud reply from his father. The next day, Mickey talked about what it was that he saw with his sister Nora. Nora had also seen the island, and was told by her mother that it was a place to go in the spring, and that in no way was she to swim there without the rest of the family. They were both very curious about this thing called land. After the sun went down, Mickey could not sleep. His imagination was filled with thoughts about what the island was, and what special things might be there. It looked like it wasn't that far away, maybe a 1-hour swim and he could be there. He made up his mind to try it. He waited for daybreak, and when the water started to brighten, he started to swim. You see a picture of Mickey the Narwhal in the ocean? Oh, he's such a small little narwhal, isn't he? After the day had begun, the entire family started to have their first meal. A school of squid had ventured past, one of the narwhal's favorite treats. The feasting lasted about 2 hours. In the frenzy, the family didn't notice that Mickey was not there eating with them. By the time they did, he'd already been gone for at least 2 hours. Where was Mickey? They had to find him. They devised a plan to swim in circles that were wider and wider and explore all the channels, even though it was very dangerous, until he was found. Mickey had never been away from the family before, but he was so excited that he didn't even think about them. He swam and swam until he saw the coastline ahead. He was beginning to get tired and was already hungry, but he kept on swimming towards the beach. The water was getting more and more covered with ice, but he did not notice. He found a channel he thought would lead him closer to the island and started up it. After about 5 minutes, he was ready to take a breath of air. He tried to get to the surface, but there was a thick layer of ice on the water. He could not break through the ice to breathe. Mickey was trapped. Oh no, you see Mickey trapped under the ice? Oh no, poor Mickey. Mickey tried not to panic. Then he remembered that his father had showed him how to hold his breath a little longer each time he went to the surface. He thought if he could swim a little more and hold his breath a little longer, there might be a hole in the ice that would be open to the sky. He couldn't see anything. Just as he was about to give up and try to go back, he saw a small opening ahead. He jumped to full speed and at last got to the surface. He took a deep breath and almost collapsed as he went back for another. He never felt so good, and the air was never as sweet. After he rested a bit, he went to the surface again. Suddenly he saw a creature that he had never seen before. "Where am I?" asked Mickey. The walrus answered, "You are where a little narwhal should not be. Didn't your family tell you not to come so far inland this time of the year?" Mickey had to tell him the truth. He had not listened to his father and tried to explore the island alone. The walrus explained to Mickey that no narwhals came inland during the winter because all the channels and estuaries were frozen with a thick layer of ice that does not allow for a place to come up for air. The opening that you are in is mine, and I have to swim in it all the time to keep it from freezing. Not many narwhals make it back to open water, and their family. You are a very lucky little narwhal indeed," said the walrus. Mickey was scared. "Please, tell me, what should I do?" "You must try your hardest to swim back to open water. Before the sun goes down, the ice becomes thicker." That meant that Mickey must hold his breath longer than he had ever done, and swim stronger than ever before to make it home. "I can do it," he said to himself. Mickey took the deepest breath he ever had taken, ducked below the ice, and started to swim towards home. He was swimming and swimming for what seemed like forever, and still didn't see the sunlight through the water, the thick ice over his head. Mickey was swimming faster and deeper than he ever had. The only thing he was thinking about was getting back to his family and how he would feel when he finally got there. After at least 20 minutes, which is a very long time, he saw the bright water in the far distance. Within a minute, he was able to rush to the surface. Gasping for air, he took the deepest breath ever, then rolled over and floated on his back in exhaustion. Aw, poor Mickey. He couldn't have been there for more than a minute before his father, mother, and Nora swam up to him. They all hugged and kissed him, in their narwhal way. Before any of them could ask anything, Mickey shouted, "I'm sorry, I should have listened to you. You had a good reason to tell me to not go to the island during winter." Mickey was the happiest ever to be back with his family. Nora was filled with questions and could not wait for him to tell them about his adventure. But all of that would have to wait. Little narwhals all needed a nap, especially a very tired and happy Mickey. The end. How are you doing, sweet one? Feeling any sleepy, or do you want to try the other book? Yeah, you want to try the other book? Yeah, that one isn't as long, but it has really pretty pictures. That was another of your favorites. Alright, so let's try Brown Bear, Brown Bear by Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carle. I used to read this one to you all the time. Brown Bear, what do you see? I see a red bird looking at me. Red bird, what do you see? I see a yellow duck looking at me. Yellow duck, what do you see? I see a blue horse looking at me. Blue horse, what do you see? I see a green frog looking at me. Green frog, what do you see? I see a purple cat looking at me. Purple cat, what do you see? I see a white dog looking at me. White dog, what do you see? I see a black sheep looking at me. Black sheep, what do you see? I see a goldfish looking at me. Goldfish, what do you see? I see a teacher looking at me. Teacher, what do you see? I see children looking at me. The end. Yeah, that's a really short book, but you used to adore it when you were tiny. Yeah, you're starting to feel a little sleepier? Yeah, you definitely seem more relaxed, that's for sure. You want to just lay against me and get some head scratches and stuff? I can do that. How are you feeling, little one? Are you getting any sleepier? I noticed some yawns. You must be fading at least a little bit. I know I am. It's awfully late. And we've all got a big day tomorrow. We're going into the city, remember? Yeah, we've got some errands to run, and the whole family's gonna go. Unless, of course, you really don't want to and you just want to stay home and relax. I'd understand, but figured you might want to be with the family. Yeah, I know, it's been a long night. It's past midnight at this point. Well, I do have to get up early so I can prepare breakfast for everybody. And you're definitely nodding. I see those eye rubs and the yawns. I think someone's sleepier than they're letting on. Alright, my dear. Mwah. Mwah. You get a good night's rest, or at least the best you can at this point. And Mommy will see you in the morning. Up, and that's Mommy's cue to go to bed. That's Mommy's bedtime alarm. Yep. Even Mommy sometimes need reminders. Alright. You have a good sleep and a good rest, and dream pleasant dreams. And I'll see you when you wake up, okay? I love you so much, little one. Good night. Sweet dreams.
Thank you so much for watching and listening. This piece was brought to you